So we're back, and I just wanted to start this video by saying thank you to all the people who gave us and sent us gifts over the last couple weeks. I feel like we got a lot of PayPal gifts, and people were really thoughtful. I don't know why, I don't know what the occasion was, but we usually don't get a lot of donations, any gifts sent to us, but it really feels like over the last couple weeks, a lot of people poured out and just gave to us, and that means a lot to us. And that money is going to be put to good use. We have some really fun things coming, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But thank you for that. I really wanted to say that because we often, when we get a gift, I'm never sure if I should email back or not, and I go back and forth on that. So thank you to everybody who gave. Now, that being said, we're working on the house, trying to make some progress, and some of you have noticed that we've been away for a while. Don't worry, we're fine. We've honestly just been waiting because we started fixing our foundation. Basically, the front of our house was sagging low and the footings, the piers were all crooked, so we had to tackle that.
Cool.
So,
So you're gonna watch a man work.
I want to have a quarter collection.
Whoa. Maverick, can you sit in the chair normal?
what happened, Maverick?
Come on.
I guess I'm alright.
Okay, sit down normal. Yeah.
It just,
You can't because they're just so trashy.
yeah.
It's like out of our realm.
It's perfect.
Do you want me to get like a tiny shovel so you can get the corners? Like Maverick's black shovel or something?
Sure. You know what I mean. Line it up. It's not level, I can see it.
Yeah, you're not meant to droop so long.
Oh, that one looks...
Good. Look at all this sand. There's a big hard clump. Well, not hard.
Alright, so I was just digging out this center post, trying to get our footing set in, and I came across something odd, which is a row of bricks. Just regular red brick. I can't tell if they're hooked together or just set in. I don't know if it's a walkway or something they dumped underground. So we're gonna try to dig this out and see what these bricks are a part of. Kind of interesting though. So I'm gonna have to dig wider than I want to, if I can find the edge of it.
Hit more.
I got
Yeah.
a shovel with me, Mommy.
I wonder if this was the original ground level and they had a brick sidewalk and somebody built this up with fill to raise up the house level.
Yeah.
So there could be a whole world under here hidden, ready to be detected. Let me see if one of these bricks pops up if they're loose. Oh yeah, they're loose. Yeah. So. Kind of interesting. I guess I'll just pop up some of these bricks, get them out of the way. But
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Mysterious brick spell.
Butts, Dada.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in the meat.
Okay, we got 5 new posts set ready to go, and they're pretty good. I got them as straight as I can get them, and I didn't go for level. They're a little uneven from each other, but that's not going to be a problem. And now, right now, these blocks are just stacked. They're dry stacked, so they're not held together by anything. I got one in the ground on the footer pad, and then the rest stacked on top. And what I'm going to do is core fill them. So I'm going to be mixing up some bags of concrete, and I'm going to fill the columns to make this one unit, one solid unit that can't come apart. Want me to stick with one bag at a time or do 2?
One.
How much water do these take?
I don't know. That's good. I should fill up a bucket with water to put that tool in.
How far do you think one bag will go?
Maybe one stack? Half a stack? No idea.
I might have to go to 2 bags.
It might be harder to mix.
Yeah, but still.
Well, if you think you can do it. Wow, it's actually getting there? So one bag did at least one side of a pier.
Yeah. Not the fastest job in the world.
But it's fine. I think it goes pretty quick.
Nothing that you couldn't do. So it's been a few days since we poured these posts. They've had time to dry nice and hard. And we had to wait because we had a little flooding in the property and the ground is really wet, so we haven't been able to do any work out here. But we're back at it, and now that we got our post set, we're ready to start putting in a beam underneath the wall. The beam is just going to help distribute the weight a little more evenly between the spans, hopefully. So let's get the beam in place. And I hope it doesn't fall.
Okay, that worked.
We just have the beam resting on the blocks right now. We're actually going to be attaching it to the house. We're building the house in reverse right now. Typically you do the footings, the beams, then the joists, subfloor walls, you know, you work upwards. We have the house, so it's kind of awkward, but what we're going to do is bolt that to the framing with some long 8-inch bolts right through the beam to hold it up against the bottom of the house, and then we're going to shim underneath it on the blocks to get it where we want it. It should work.
Almost.
You're going to have to lift yours. Let me just... That's kind of temporary. We only have 3 bolts holding them up. We just want them up so that we can level the floor and shim underneath them, and then we can secure them better, straighten them out, make them perfect. That's just basically an extra hand, a clamp more or less. So I guess I'm going to start jacking on the temporary beam behind that, get it level as I can, and shim each block, and we'll see if we can make this happen. Watch out for your fingers that they don't get pinched if something falls quick. So I went ahead and put in this beam. These are some 4x6 beams. Now that might not be very robust, but it's going to be enough for this wall and the weight that it's carrying over the span. I should have went 6x6 maybe, but I was just having trouble finding good lumber. And it's going to be totally fine. It's more than it had. Keep in mind, there was no beam whatsoever. It was just 3 stacks of blocks holding up this whole wall. It was pretty sad. So this is going to be a nice upgrade. Now, I had to stack up some wood to hold this up where I want it because I'm having a block shortage. I just can't seem to buy the blocks locally. That's been a big holdup on this project because I can't finish any more footers or piers until I can get some blocks, so I'm waiting for them to come back in stock. For now, I just wanted to get the house level, and that's where I have it. This is so perfect. What I'm doing is letting the house kind of settle into place because it's been sagged and crooked for so long that I thought it'd be good to just get it where it needs to be, put the weight on the piers, let them settle, let the house settle, and then I can check it a couple times and make sure it's going to be solid where it is. So far it's holding solid and I'm happy with it. Even without a huge footer or concrete poured in the ground, these should be fine. I know we had a lot of concerns about the footings on our house, but this is a good solution for our needs, and I don't think it's going to be an issue at all. These are solid, filled, they're not going anywhere. And one of the reasons I didn't go with a poured footing in the ground is because it would be a lot harder to fix in the future. With blocks, I can dig them up, I can reposition them, they're easy to move. But if I had poured a massive footer in the ground, it is almost impossible to re-level that if it settles. Our ground is so soft that over time, over the years, it probably will shift and move, and I want the ability to fix it without having to bring in a tractor to dig it out. That's why we're doing this simple system. We like keeping it simple. The house has sat here a long time on these, and ours are going to be an upgrade from what they were. And we're going to be adding so many more supports that I think it's going to be perfect. Now this is pretty crazy, but this is the temporary beam that I built to hold up the floor while I fix the piers over here. So keep that in mind, that was holding the floor up. So I had jacked the floor to jack the weight off the old piers, and it was holding it. Now, when I put these new ones in, I leveled the floor, and that is how high this, I mean, it's probably 3 inches there. I had to jack up the house to get it level again. So this was above the old footing, and it's still 3 inches away to get it level. That means the old corner post that was here had to be about 4 inches too low. That's how far the house had sagged down on the front. It was crazy. Now, digging out this corner, I also found a big hole in the ground filled with leaves. It looked like an armadillo was digging underneath the footing, and the footing was collapsing into that hole. So keep an eye out for those critters digging under your house. That was a problem. So that's pretty insane. All the weight is off that beam now. We jacked up the house so far, and I put a level all over the room, and it's dead level. But we still have a lot of work to do because I want to put a center beam, center support. Again, I just need more blocks. Also, I think I need more concrete. I've been hesitant to start any more because these got soaked. We had a massive flood in our yard the other day. The water rose so high that I lost. These bags were underwater. These bags were underwater. These bags are probably lost. The water went up to about here. And there was so much moisture in the plastic that we probably lost most, if not all, of this pallet of concrete. So that's kind of been the holdup of continuing the project. So that whole project started really well. I'm happy with how it's coming out so far.
Yeah.
Now we do have to fix the piers because I'm using a lot of like weird wood and I don't have flashing in there yet. I will be adding like termite flashing, moisture flashing, you know, so the blocks and the wood aren't touching. Don't worry about that. We just wanted to get the house up, level, and see what we had to work with. But then it came to a standstill because we needed some blocks. These blocks. We needed these 16-inch pads to lay down underneath our blocks. These are the base of our footings of our piers. We couldn't find them. The stores sold out, and they sold out for like 3 weeks at least. There's been this big shortage of concrete blocks. I think we can expect that to continue into the future, so if you need concrete products, you might want to get them now. I got creative and I started thinking outside the box, and I found a concrete plant, a cement plant nearby, you know, with the trucks and everything. And I actually reached out to them and said, do you guys have blocks? And they did. So I was able to go to a local plant and get these blocks, and I finally have them so we can continue with the job. So I just want to say that as a tip, because we've learned this previously also, is sometimes the big box stores don't have what you need, but the small plumbing supplies, electrical supplies, concrete supplies, they'll have what you need. And these were $2 cheaper per block than the big box stores. So we have the blocks, so we're going to try to finish up this front. If we can get this house stable, we can start on the inside.
And that's the fun part.
Yeah. We still have some roof work to do, but we can pretty much start on the inside soon.
Yeah.
So this is all we're doing, is basically putting some gravel down in the hole, leveling it out, putting our pad down, and getting a block on top of it. That's all it is. It takes me a little while to get these leveled. I have a laser level over there that I'm keeping so that I can keep my straight line flush with the house. And then I just use a little level to try to level it, make sure it's all good. And it is. So that one's done. And we got a bunch more to go.
Update.
What?
Camera update.
Yeah? Oh, is it going?
Yeah.
We're almost done. You can see we got most of our footings set and ready to go. I'm working on the middle one. This is going to be a center beam that runs across to support these joists. That beam right there. We're going to move it back. But we're getting there.
So this is the row that he just put in today. He dug all these holes, put the footers down, stacked up the blocks. And then these two out here. So the next step will be core filling.
I'm at a standstill until I can order some more concrete. We're going to get another pallet of concrete mix, core fill those, get the beams in. We're at a standstill, so I think I'm going to end it here. But that's what we've been working on. It's a lot of slow, hard, tedious work. As you can see, it's messy. And that's why it's been slow getting a video out to you guys. We try to do good content. We don't want to just say we have nothing to show. So we've been just waiting. Like I said, we had a delay on getting blocks. We got the blocks. Another step forward. Now we got to get the concrete. So one step at a time. We're getting this done. We want to do it right. We want to get this level and strong. We're going to get working on the inside and hopefully doing other things. So now I got to get cleaned up and eat some lunch. So thanks for watching. And until next time, take care.
Bye.